parameters. In the signature, what do you have? Two important things. One is return types. Can be void or a type. I show you void. I show you using predefined types, and I show you using overdefined types also. The next thing is parameters. We require to talk about the parameters. Parameters to a method. Parameters are used to a method to make a method dynamic. Remember that? We talked on the first day only. Test 1, test 2. Test 1 is static in behavior, test 2 is dynamic in behavior. So, if the method is going to have any parameters, what is the meaning of it? We are trying to make it dynamic. We are trying to make the test dynamic. So, parameters are used to make a method used to parameters are used to make a method simple. Parameters are used to make a method dynamic. Are you clear? If you want to make a method dynamic, we used it. Already I shown you two examples too already. Test 1, test 3 are static methods. Test 2, test 4 are dynamic methods. So I can pass different inputs and get the results accordingly now. Okay? Now, listen. How to pass parameters to a method? And we pass parameters to a method as below. So guys, carefully listen. We pass parameters to a method as below. How do you pass, Watch. Ref or out. Params. Type. Name is equals to default. Yeah. That is a way how to pass parameters to a method. But look at that, here so many optional things are there. What is optional? Ref or out is optional. Params is optional. Open the mouth here, that is not optional. Open the mouth, man. Tell me, what is optional? Ref and out are optional. Params are optional. Is equals to default is optional. N is also optional. N is also optional. So ref or out is optional, params is optional, default is optional, N is optional. What is mandatory? Type and name. Hey, listen here. Day before yesterday, when we defined a method called test2, we defined a type and a parameter int x. Where int is the type and x is a name now. Yes or not? Can I pass only one or multiple parameters? We pass multiple parameters, not comma. Int ub. You pass the two parameters, recollect yourself. Array, type name. Type is int. X is name. N parameters. We can pass n parameters now. See, int x, comma, int ub. Same way, int a, comma, int b, comma, int c, comma, int d. Can I pass one number or not? That is what. So did you understand the type and name? Did you understand N now? Okay now? So what we require to understand is, sir, what is ref or out? What is params? What is equals to default value? These are the three things what we require to learn. Okay, let me explain you. See, parameters of a method are divided into three types. First one, input parameters. Second one, output parameters. Third one, in-out parameters. So listen, parameters of a method are divided into three types. What is the first one? Second, third one. What is input parameter? Why? Brings a value into the method for execution of the method. What is that? Input parameter brings a value into the method for execution of the method. Are you getting me or not? Second option, output parameter. Output parameter. One output parameter carries the results out of the method of execution. Carries the result out of the method of the execution. Are you getting me? Carries the method out of the method after execution. Third one, in-out parameter. What is in-out parameter? Here, it will do both the two things. First, you bring a value. Next, you carry the results. First, you bring a value and carry the results. In your organization, you're working in a MNC and you have a canteen in your office now. You have a canteen in the office. Generally, in MNC canteens here, we have an option. What do you know? You can go order the food and eat it, or otherwise, you can even carry your own lunchbox and eat it. Organization canteen, that is. Okay, so no one will object you. You can carry your lunchbox and you can sit and eat and come out of the canteen. If the canteen now, you should order, no restriction like that. If you go to a mess or something, a restaurant like this now, the organization canteen, in organization canteen, these type of restrictions won't be there. You can order food or you can carry your own food and eat now. Are you clear? Okay, every day you carry a lunchbox here, but you forget to bring the lunchbox now. You did not get the lunchbox. You went and sat on the canteen. You sat there. Now the server came to you. The server came to you and asked, what do you want? You asked for something. You asked for something. You asked for a biryani. You brought a biryani now. You brought the biryani. Remember, he's getting the food from the kitchen onto our table. Correct? You ate the food now. Now you ate the food, completed, left the table. Now the cleaner comes and cleans the table. He takes the plates from there into the kitchen. Correct? Tell me, man, I'm not talking about rocket just line. Simple thing. So, server brings the plates onto your table, cleaner takes the plates from your table into the kitchen. Correct? Array, the server is the input parameter. You are bringing the value into the method. Cleaner is the output parameter, carrying the result out. Means he's taking the plates into the kitchen. Server is bringing the food plates here, and the cleaner is taking the empty plates. What is in-out, sir? Generally, in some canteens, you'll find like this. So generally, in some canteens, you find like this. There will not be a separate cleaner here. There will be a separate cleaner, won't be there. Who serves the food only will take the plates also. Or otherwise, you can consider like this. You are carrying your own lunchbox. You carry your own lunchbox. Now, who will bring the lunchbox there? You only know. After eating the food, who will take the lunchbox out? You only. Are both done by you only now? You only bring the lunchbox now, and you only clean it again and carry the lunchbox out. Both of you done by the same person now. That is what we call as in-out. That is what we call as in-out. Did you understand me? Input, value comes in. Output, result goes out. Understand? Not value, result goes out. In-out. First, it will bring the value, and finally takes the result. Takes the result. By default, every parameter is an input parameter. By default, every parameter is an input parameter. Did you understand me or not? By default, every parameter is going to be an input parameter. Okay, suppose if I write public void test int a, it's an input parameter. It is a input parameter. Same way I'm writing int b, input parameter. Int c, input parameter. Here, all three are input. Now I'll say out int a. A is input parameter, B is output parameter. A is input parameter, B is output parameter. If I say ref, C is in-out parameter. Understood or not? By default, every parameter is input. How to make it output? Out keyword. How to make it in-out? Ref keyword. Now see, A is a input parameter, B is a, C is a, this A is capable of bringing the value into the method, that's all. B is capable of carrying the results out of the method, that's all. But what about C? C can do both. First, you bring a value, Last day carry the results. Got it or not? What is the need of this output parameters and all? I'll tell you. Just hold on. I want to write a method like this, man. Public int math int a comma int b int c is equals to a plus b int d is equals to a into b return c return d. Is this code valid? Yes or no? Why? What is the problem? One method cannot return two values. What happens if I write error won't come? Already last week in the jump statements class, we learned return is a jump statement. Array, when I say return C, control will jump out here. Return D will never execute. No. Yes or not? Return C will jump out, but return D will not execute. So how many values are returned? One only. Array method can return one value only. That is why yesterday, to overcome this problem only, we put all the values in one object and returned one only. Yesterday we done the same thing. We returned 5 or 1. 5 we combined together as 1 and returned 1. Understood my point or not? Now also same. I cannot return two values. If I want to return two values, what I need to do? I need to define a class with two, and you should use that class here and store the values in the class and return now. Yesterday I shown you, na? Yesterday I returned 5. Today 2. Sir, I want to return 2 values, 3 values, 4 values. Writing multiple classes like this is going to be a lengthy process, no sir? Yes or not? I want to return 2 values. What are you telling? Define a new class and use it. 3 values, define a class and use it. 4 values. What is this headache now? How many classes should I define like this? So many classes, it becomes a hell now. Understood my point or not? Suppose you have 10 or 20 values, define a class is good. For 2 values also, 3 values also, writing class will become lengthy coding now. Are you clear? That is the place where we go for using output parameters. That is the place where we go for using output parameters. So you understood the problem in this code now? What is the problem in this code? It returns only sum but not product. It returns only sum but not product. Are you clear? Okay. So the better way to write the method is public void math, void method C, not value returning method, void method. Int A, int B, out int C, out int D. C is equals to A plus B, D is equals to A into B. This method is going to take 2 inputs and give you 2 outputs. Got it or not? This method is going to take 2 inputs and returns you 2 outputs, sends you 2 outputs. So when you want to send more than one result out of a method, this is another way you can do it. What is the other way, sir? Other way yesterday I taught you. Other way yesterday I taught you. But that is a lengthy process. Yes or not? Simplified model. Use output parameters. Use the output parameters. Now C and D will come into the method. Sorry, A and B will come into the method. C and D will come out of the method. A, B into the method. C, D out of the method. You send A and B and it will send you C and D outside. Clearer or not? You can write this in another way, guys. You can write this another way. Public int math, int A, comma, int B, comma, out int C. C is equals to A plus B. Int D is equals to A into B, return D. Did you guys understand? Now also 2 results are coming. One result is coming as a return. One result is coming as a output parameter. Here both are coming as outputs. Here one is coming as output. One is coming as return type. One is coming as return type. You know one thing? We all use this already. We used it. Yes, man, we used it. Then try parse. Array, I explained you try parse method. Do you remember? Okay. Remember, string str is equals to 100. I want to convert this into integer. What I said you to convert this into integer? I said you two options here. One, int I is equals to int dot parse str. The one way of converting. Another way of converting, remember, bool p is equals to int dot try parse str comma out int I. str comma out int I. What is the difference between parse and try parse? I said you inbuilt error handling by exception. Inbuilt error handling. Parse doesn't have a error handling now. If the conversion fails here, if I say A here, now error occurs. But here, no error. Why, sir? That's all I'm telling you. If I try to convert here, if it is not able to convert, it will send you false. It will send you false, telling you conversion failed. Conversion failed. Are you getting me? If you're able to convert, what you will get? True. So this method has built-in error handling code. This method doesn't have built-in error handling. If conversion fails, error will come. Here, conversion fails will not cause you error. Okay. Now our discussion is not about the parse and try parse here. Watch. This method is also giving you two results. One result is coming as a boolean. One result is coming as an integer. How is the boolean coming? Return type. How is the integer coming? Output parameter. How many results are there? Two results. One result is return type. One result is output parameter. Both are having now. I could see blank faces here. Understood or did not understand? At least you tell that I can explain you again. You put a blank face, I don't know what you are thinking in the mind. Anyone has any doubts? Did you understand? Are you clear? So first one, no built-in error handling code. So if the conversion fails, what will happen? Error, and program will stop there now. Second one has built-in error handling code. Okay, if error occurs, if conversion fails, no error will come. Without giving an error, it will tell you. What it will tell you? Array, conversion failed. Conversion failed. How is it telling? As a boolean. What the value can be? True or false. If you get true, what is the meaning? Conversion success. If you get false, what is the meaning? Conversion failed. If conversion is success, you are expecting the value now, value will be I. Conversion success, where is the value? I. Conversion failed. What is the value? Why do you need the value? Conversion failed. When conversion failed, I don't require to borrow what the value now. When do I need my value? Then conversion success. So first check status, is it true? Yeah, true. Take the I value. Status is false. No need to take the I value now. See now, how many results are coming here also? Two results. One result is coming as return type. One result is coming as output parameter. That only shown you, man. How many results are coming out of this method? Two results. Both as the second one is also same here, but one is coming as a return type and one is coming as a output parameter. Your choice, how you want to define it now. Sir, I want both output parameters only. Define both output parameters. I want both output parameters. Take both output parameters. One is return type, one is output parameter. That is also possible. Okay. See, both these two are same. No difference between these two. But here both are outputs. But here one is return type, one is output. But finally both are results only now. Return type is also result only. Output parameter is also result only. Clear or not? Let me show you practically. I'm adding a new class here. We'll name this class as output parameters.cs. What is that? Output parameters.cs. Public void math1 int a int B, out int C, out int D. So how many output parameters are there? Output parameters. What is the code? C is equals to A plus B, D is equals to A into B. So C contains the sum of the numbers and D contains the product of the numbers. Static void main. I want to call the method. Guys, observe. Tell me one thing. If a method returns a value, are you declaring one variable to capture that value or not? See, this method is returning a value. What value? String. You declared a variable to capture it. Same here. This method returns a value. Which type? String type. You declared a variable to capture it. So if a method returns a value, are you declaring a variable to capture it or not? Now the method is going to return you two values now. One value, how many? So we need to declare two variables first. We need to declare two variables first. Watch it. Int sum1, comma, product 1. I declare two variables. These four empty variables now. Okay. Obj dot, calling the method math1. Input value 100. 25. These are the input values. Now, when I go send this to, what will come out? 125, 2500. What will come out? 125, 2500. Let me capture 125 under sum1 and let me capture 2500 under product 1. Did you understand that? See, listen, these two are empty variables, correct? When I put there, what will happen? Result will come now and sit under sum1 and product 1. So print and see the results. Console dot write line. Sum of given two numbers is obj dot. No need obj dot. Someone, that's all. Same like that. What's it? Product of given two numbers is product 1. Console dot read line. Okay, run and see. If you want, debug the code, man. Debug it now. Add a breakpoint here. Come on. Say F11. Control is coming here. What is happening? 100 came here. 25 came here. 0. 0. Both are zeros. Correct? Now, C is equals to 125. D is equals to 2500. See now. But these two are output parameters now. So once the execution of the method is completed, the C value is automatically sent to sum1 and the D value is automatically sent to product 1. So all of you can observe. Now you are back here. Once you are back, sum1 is 125, product is 2500. Clear? One more time. Just watch. Let's look at the initial values from it. So when the control jumps there, 100 goes to A now, 25 comes to B now, 0 comes to C and 0 comes to D now. Now what is happening inside of it? The values are getting changed off. C became 125, D became 3500. So once the execution is completed, you're back here now. When you're back here, the values will come back into sum1 and product 1. Before execution, I shown you sum1, product 1. What are the values? 0. But now see, 2500. Run the code, see the output. Is that clear, all of you? Okay. So A and B are receiving the values. C and D are transferring the values back. Input, output. I sent two values and two values came back out. Okay. Okay. Why did you declare this sum1 and product1? Why did you declare this sum1 and product1? To capture the results. Capturing the results. I declared sum1 and product1 to capture the results. Correct? Okay. Actually, guys, they introduced a new feature in C# 7.0 version. In C# 7.0 version, they introduced the feature. What is the feature, you know? The feature is, I'm calling the method for one more time with the different values, man, with the different values. Okay. I'm calling this method with the different values now. And here, I need two variables to capture the results or not. So what I'm telling is, what did you done now? First you declared it here and then you substituted it here. Correct now? Without that, they added a new feature. The declaration can be done on the same line only. The declaration can be done on the same line. Without a separate declaration, you can declare it on the same line. From which version? C# 7.2. So now, no need to declare separately and use separately. What you can do? On the same line only you can do both now. Declaration also, substitution also, both on the same line. Reprinting them again, see, true and product. Just a minute to separate the outputs. Let us add a slash. You can see now. 225, 3,150. Is it clear? Yes or not? So like this, I can separate it. Can't we write C and D? No, you can't. That's not English here to write C and D. It's not English. You can write of C and D there. You record use the appropriate operators, commas, and things there clearly. Okay. So did you understand my point? Both are same only. Initial versions, top. Latest version, declare on the same line without declaring a separate line. Array, that only I shown you here. Check it out. I is declared on the same line only now. Output I. Output I. This only explained you in the written. Once last week when I explained you jump statements, I defined a class called table. Go and check it out. That's the same code you will find there. That's the same code you will find there. Okay. So these are the two ways of doing it. So which one is simple now? First way of calling a, second way of calling a. Second way of calling, declaration can be done on the same line here. No need any extra code for declaration. On the same line only, declaration can be done off. Okay. Next. Guys, coming back. What is the problem in this? A method cannot return multiple values. In your C language, did your teacher teach you this or not? Yes or not? Even I learned this in C language. Even when I was working with C# also, I learned this particular thing. But in C# 7, again, in the same version, C# 7, one more feature was added. What is a new feature, you know? From C# 7, a method can return multiple values. I repeat, from C# 7, a method can return multiple values. So is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Listen, in C, C++, starting days of C#, we all learned the same thing. What is it? A function or a method can return only one value. Correct? But C# 7.0 introduced as a feature. What is the feature? A method can return multiple values. How many values? No limit. Any number of values it can return. How, sir? How is it possible? Shall I write this method? Not this. Shall I write this method to return multiple values now? Simple, man. What do you want to return? 2 integers. How many? Now you can do this. You not understand? Tell me. Understood or not? You are writing int comma int now. So how many values? Two values. And here writing C comma D, no two return statement, one return statement only there. If I two return statement, problem. I did not write two return statements. Now how many return? One only. But that's returning you two values. That returning you two values now. Return C, return D is not valid. But return C comma D is valid now. From which version? C sharp 7.0. You'll have a doubt. Sir, both of them should be integer? No, need not be integer. I can have different types. See, yesterday, you defined a class and done the code now. I can write the code like this. Public, watch carefully. String comma, double comma, bool. Sorry, comma is missing. Get EMP details int ID. I can write like this now. Are you clearer or not? So now tell me, in how many ways can I return multiple results from a method? 3 ways. What is the first way? I mean, a sequence, how I said you? Why you went to input, output and all. What I'm asking and what you're answering. In how many ways can I return multiple values from a method I asked you? 3 ways is correct. 1. You done yesterday, na? Define a class. Define a type. Define a new type. Define a new type. Second option. Output parameters. Third option. Multiple return types. We call this as tuple. We call this as a tuple. What is this tuple? Nothing, man. This is as same as your yesterday's code. But yesterday, you defined the class on your own now. Yes or not? But today, C# compiler will do that work for you. Will do? C# compiler will do that work for you. What will it do, sir? It will define the class internally and returns the value. It will define the class internally and returns the values to you. Without you defining a class, it is minimizing the work to you and telling, don't worry, don't define the class. You write like this, I will do that work for you. Understood my point or not? Okay, so you can define your own class or else use the tuple. Compiler will define the class for you and returns to you automatically. Okay, observe it, man. I am writing a new method, public int comma int method name math2 int a int b. Okay, int c is equals to a plus b. Int d is equals to a into b. Next, return c comma b. It's valid, man. No error coming anywhere. But go and try the same thing in your C language, you will get an error. You get an error. Why? It supports only one return type. It supports only one return type. Okay. And in which version we have this feature? C# 7.2. C# 7.2. Now, all your doubt will be, sir, when should I use the first one? When should I use the second one? When should I use the third one? So many options are there. When should I use them? Actually, all did not come at a time. Yeah, timely one by one came now. First, we have two options. What are the two options? Output parameters and user defined types. First, what we have? Output parameters, user defined types. Now, when should I use user defined types and when should I use output parameters? When you have 2-3 values to return, go for output parameters. When you have 10 values to return, then user defined types. Then user defined types. Later on in 7.0, tuples came. Tuple did not available from the first version. I cannot use tuple in the starting days. When can I use tuple? Only from C# 7. 7.0 introduced the tuple and said, use these tuples so that I will do the same thing like what you are doing earlier. What you want? You are defining the class now. Okay, don't take the pain. I will define the class for you. Tell me, what do you want? I want an integer. I want 2 strings. I want one double. I want one boolean. It will define them here. Are you clear? How to call this method, sir? How to call this method? Okay, watch it. Observe it. How to call the method. Once again, if a method returns one value, you declare one variable, right? But now your method is returning one value or two values, sir. Louder. So int sum3, comma, int product 3 is equals to, okay, obj dot 3. I'm sorry, 3. Obj dot math 2 and passing some different values now, comma, sum 20. Understood how to capture the values now? In the brackets, you should write. Earlier, I used to declare int x is equals to one variable, but now you're declaring two variables, and to combine them, we are using a brace. To combine them, we are using a brace now. Are you clear? Printing C. What do you want to print? Sum 3, product 3. Got it, see? Got your results. Got your expected results now. Are you guys clear? Yes or not? Okay. You can write this code still simple. You can write this code still simple. What is that? Tomorrow, if 5 are there, one integer, two strings, one double, one boolean, how to write? Int A, comma, string B, comma, string C, comma, double B, comma, C. Correct or not? Without that much lengthy process, simply say where, guys. Enough. Use where keyword enough now. Now simply where A, B, C, D, E. Enough. A is integer, B is string, C is string, D is double, E is boolean. Automatic, implicitly typed. So which one is simple? This one or this one or? Second option is quite simple. Okay, I'll change the values. I'll pass some 450, comma, 120, something. Sum 4, product 4. All you can see is different results. Is my point clear, all of you? Yes or not? This is how you can just use the appropriate things now. So multiple, I just written different values and written the code now. Are you clear or not? Okay, understood all of you? So like this, we have a chance of returning multiple values in this particular process. We have a chance of returning multiple values in the appropriate process. So if you want to return multiple values, you can follow any of these mechanisms. First one, define your own types. Define your own types. Second option, use output parameters. Third option, use tuples. Use tuples. So tuples are introduced in C# 7.0. Tuples are introduced in C# 7.0. We can use the tuples mechanism and return multiple results from that. So both these two methods are same, and this is how you write in the previous versions, and this is how we can write in the latest version. Got it? Tell me, before 7.0, you should write like this. From 7.0, you can write like this. Now both are valid now. Now both are valid. First one is also valid. Second one is valid. But tomorrow, unfortunately, if I'm working on a C# 6.0 project, C# 6.0 project, and you try to write this, you will get error. Why it gives you multiple options, is the reason. You're learning of .NET Core 8 and C# 12, correct now? But don't think or don't dream like you will be working on a .NET Core and C# 12 now. You will be working like .NET Core and C# 12. Why, sir? Array, what you're thinking? You will go to the company and develop a new projects, huh? No, man. Development work will be 30% only. I said in introduction classes, if you remember, development work will be 30% only. 70% of the work in the company is maintenance of the old projects. Are you clear? In software companies, 70% of the work is maintaining of the old projects. In our organization, 70% of the people will be working on maintaining existing projects only. Only 30% of the people will be focusing on developing new projects. Are you getting me or not? Okay. Now tomorrow you got a job in a company now. In that company, there is a old project which is under maintenance. Unfortunately, that project was written in C Sharp 6.0. C Sharp 6.0. Now you want to go there, add a method and try this one. It won't work now. That is why I'm telling you, if you are working in a old versions, how to write. If you are working in a new versions, how to write. See, directly telling me the new version is easy for me now. But tomorrow you go, star said it, your work is not working, you put your blank faces in now. That is why I'm teaching you. If you are in old, how to do. If you are in the latest, how to do. Options I'm teaching you. What I'm clear about output parameters, input, output. And multiple return types. What we call tuples. What we call tuple. We say this tuple is a new class that was defined internally by the compiler. What is the name of the class? None of your business. None of your business. It is telling I'll define a class. You directly write up the code. Why will I ask you? What shall you do to the name of the class? Why for me? Why for me? What name it gives to my class now? I don't care. Directly the variables are accessible to me. That's enough. Sum for product for are accessible to me. I don't require to know what is the name of the class. If I think about the name of the class, I cannot call sum for and product for. How should I call you now? Object.sum for, object.product for now. All the pain is not there. Some class is defined and given to her. Directly you can call sum for and product for in your code. Okay. That is all about, out. That is all about out. And in this, I also explained you tuples. Both things I explained you. Tuples also, out also. Okay, just a minute. This is where we stopped in the last class. Here, code files, defining multiple classes, user-defined types, and this example I given you. Read it. This is where we started now. Read that. Parameters of a method. I was explaining about this to you. Parameters will make a method dynamic. Parameters will make a method dynamic. Next. See the syntax carefully. Ref or out. Optional, but ref or out. Second. Params optional. Type mandatory. Parameter name mandatory. Next. Equal to default value. Optional. N. Okay, in that, what would I explain you? Type parameter name N. You know that int is the type, A is a name, comma, int B, comma, int C, comma, int D is N. And apart from that, I explained you about the out also. What we need to learn still? Ref params is equals to default value. What? Ref params is equals to default value. What is ref mean? In-out parameter. Ref is a in-out parameter. Okay, I'll explain you about in-out parameter. Watch. Here we learned about. Okay, then let me add a new class. I will name this class as in-out parameters.cs, man. In-out parameters.cs. All of you observe this code now. So what is the name of it? In-out parameters is the name of it. Okay, observe this carefully. If you look at this one, if you just look at this one now, I want to write a method here. What is the method? If I give a number, the method should tell me the factorial of that number. If I give a number, the method should tell me the factorial of the number. A simple logic, factorial. Are you clear? Okay. Now, you have two things here. One, you need a number and you have a result. Correct or not? You have two things here. One is you have a number. Second, you have a result. The two things are there. One is a number. Second one is a result. And one should be input, one should be an output. One should be input, one should be an output. You can write this method in different ways here. First option, public int factorial 1 int a. See now, a is the input number and this is the result now. This is the input here, this is the result. This is old style. Second option, I can write like this. Public void factorial 2 int a comma out int b. Clear? A is input, B is output. Here, A is input, return type is output now. This is output, but here, B is output. Third option, public void factorial 3. That is only input, that is only output. Are you guys clear or not? What is A? Input. What is A? Output also. First it will bring the value, finally it will carry the results. But here, A will bring, B will take it out. But here, A only will bring, A only will take the result outside. But here, we did not use any of these things like this. What we used is a return type is what we used. Clearer or not? You can write on any of the three ways, man. Okay? But what I'm showing is the third option. Now see, I'll write the logic. Just a minute. I'll write the logic. So what you do, you will create the instance of this class now. And then you will call your method. What is the method? Factorial is the method. Okay, now for factorial, we need to pass input now. Error coming, see. Why? If you pass input, are you getting me? I'll do one thing, man. I'll say int x is equals to 5. And I'm using that ref x. Carefully notice it. What is the x value? 5. I'm using ref x, not x. Ref x. Earlier we said out x. Now you're saying ref x. When I say the ref x here, listen. What is the value of x? The 5 comes to A. The 5 comes to A now. Are you clear? Now write the logic in this to calculate the factorial of 5. 5 or 6 or 7 or some number you want to calculate the factorial now. Okay? Suppose you want to restrict now. What is the restrict? Negative numbers should not be passed. Then use UN. So now see error here. Why? Doesn't allow unsigned integers. Now see error got removed off because here also I have a UN only. So what you can pass? Only positive integers. Starting from 0. Starting from 0. Tomorrow if I send 0 now, what should be the result? What is the factorial of 0? 1. Factorial of 0 is 1. If I give 1 now, 1 only. Factorial of 0 is 1. Factorial of 1 is 1. Correct now? Okay. Look at this all of you. If A is equals to 0 or A is equals to 1, means if the given value is 0 or 1, the result is 1 only now. A is equals to 1. Did you understand? That only should take the value outside now. Final result should be assigned to A only now. Who brought 0? A brought. So I'll go 1 to A now. Who brought one? A bought. I give one only back. You bring zero or you bring one. What I'm saying? One again. Else. You're coming to else part means not zero and one. Can be 2, 3, 4, 5, anything. For the time being, what is it? 5. Now, can I write down check here to calculate the factorial of 5 now? How do you calculate the factorial of 5? 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. No need 1 into na. No need 1 into na. What is it? 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 is the factorial of 5. Correct? Write that logic only. For int I is equals to 2. I less than or equal to a I plus plus. Is that clear, all of you? Answer me, man. Is that clear? What are you doing? You're starting from 2 until a. What is the value? 5 now. So 2 to 5. The loop runs from 2 to 5 now. Okay? And see, watch it. I'm declaring a new variable here. What is new? What is the value? 1. Be careful. Don't take 0. Take it as 1. In addition, we should take 0. In multiplication, we should take 1. Yes or not? In addition, if you take 1, what will happen? For the result, 1 will be extra. For multiplication, if you take 0, what will happen? Minus 0 will come now. So multiplication is 1. See the logic? Result is equals to result into I. Tell me the logic. Describe it. What is the initial value of result? 1. What is the initial value of I? 2. Now see. Result is equals to 1 into 2. 2 will come. Now result is 2. I is 3. So 2 into 3, 6. Result is 6 now. I 4. 6 into 4, 24. Result is 24. I is 5. 24 into 5, 120. Okay, result is 120. I is 6. Condition failed. Condition failed now. So comes out of the loop. Comes out of the loop. Now tell me what result contains? 120. Result contains 120. You came out now? See, I did not write here. See, when I come there, it was clearly showing you what is the code you need to write there. I did not write Studio Studio. Array finally assign the result to A now. Why? Final result should be in A only. A only will take the result outside now. So here also you assign the result to A only, and here also you assign the result to A only. Clear or not? Okay, all of you, watch it. Console dot write line. Concentrate on this. Value of X before execution of method. Tell me what is the value of X before execution of the method? 5. Correct now? Same way, let me copy this and I will add here. I'll say, guess the output, 120. The output should be 120. So, console dot read line. Come on here, don't execute off the code. Put a breakpoint. See what happens exactly. Okay? So, what are class name? In-out parameters. Come on, run. What is happening? Instance creating. X initialized with 5. Printing 5 on the mount, you see. Now, the control jumps to factorial method. 5 comes here. A has a value of 5C. Now, the if condition is false. Go to else part. In the else part, result is declared with 1. I value 2. A value 5. Means 2 to 5. 4 times it is going to run. Correct now? Now checks the condition. Condition true. Now comes inside. Result is equals to result into I. What is the result? 1. What is I? 2. What is it? I into 1 is I into 2 is 2. Okay. Now what is the result? 2. What is I? 3. I is 3. Come on. Condition true. Again you can check. This is 2. This is 3. This is 3 and this is 6. Array, where you put the mouse is important. I put my mouse on result. What is the result? So, what is I value? Array, what is resulting to the value that will show on the multiplication symbol now? That is 6. Means it is telling you finally you will get 600. What it is telling you? Okay. Now 6 came here. Now sorry. 6. I became 4. Condition true. Now again. This is 6. This is 4. Final result is 24. Okay. Again. I plus plus. I becomes 5. Result is, sorry, condition 2. Result is 24. I is 5. 120. Here 120. Next, I plus plus. I becomes 6. Condition false. Once condition falls out of the loop, and you see what is A? 5. What is the result? Now that 120 is assigned to A now. Now this A is going back and assigning the value to X now. That's A. Once after execution, see the result. Check it out. Value of X before execution, value of X after execution. Before execution is 5 only, after execution it's 120. So did we have two separate variables, one for input, one for output now? No. We have only one variable that only used for input also, that only used for output also. See, generally you notice this in some restaurants here. In restaurants you'll notice there will be separate people serving the food. There will be separate people cleaning the table. Correct or not? There'll be separate people serving the food. There'll be separate people cleaning the table. But have you noticed that in cafes and all, if you watch cafes and all, you won't find a separate person to serve the food and clean the table. The person who places the food on your table, finally, once you complete, he is the same person, you will carry them inside also. Means this particular person is doing two jobs now. What is it? Bring the food, take the plates. Input, output. Raf is also doing the same thing only. First it got the value, finally it will take the result and get away out of it. Are you clearer? Okay, so that's what we call as output parameters. So I shown you all three now. Inputs, outputs, in out also. Pure input, pure output, and finally in out, all three parameters. So this is all about ref and out. Clear? So parameters are three types. First one, what will they do? Brings a value into the program. Output parameters. Carries the result out of the method. Carries the result out of the method. Third one, input parameter. First, it will bring the value. Last, it will carry the result. Are you clearer? First, it will bring the value. Last, it will carry the result. That's what we call as in-out parameter. That's what we call as in-out parameter. Okay now? Fine. Then the next thing what we require to understand here is about params. The next thing what we need to understand here is about the params. What is this params? Last week, in the Saturday, I remember, Saturday and Friday, I explained with command line arguments, you can pass multiple inputs to a main method and execute from the command prompt. Remember or not? Like that, write me a method. What is a method? A method to add a given set of numbers. I repeat, man, I want a method, and the method should be capable of adding a given set of numbers. How many? Don't know. A given set of numbers. All of you observe it. Eh? Simple name, method parameters. Now suppose I'm asking you to write a method for adding two numbers. I'm asking you write a method for adding two numbers. How do you write? Public void add. Correct? Huh? If I ask you to write for three numbers, int A, int B, int C. Four numbers, int A, int B, int C, int D. Is it not looking hectic now? I want to add minimum to maximum 100. You require to write 99 methods now. Oh, two numbers, one method. Three numbers, one method. Four numbers, one method. Five numbers, one method. 100 numbers, one method. So how many methods you need to write? 99. Are you ready? Are you ready to write the code now? Write me 99 methods now for adding different numbers now. Array, that will become a hell now. Writing that much code. Writing that much code. 99 numbers, sorry, 99 methods means not easier. Tomorrow, afterwards, you will suddenly say, I want to add 150 numbers. I need to do another method now. Correct? So to resolve this problem, what I'm asking is, I want a method. The method should add a given set of numbers. How many? Don't know where. If 10 are given, add the 10. 100 are given, add the 20. 100 are given, add the 100. 1000 are given, add the 1000. How many I'll pass, I don't know. Then how to write? Don't pass like this. What you will do, you know? Use arrays. That is only the main method doing, man. Accepting any number of inputs. How? String array. When I say string array, any number of values can be passed or not? Now also, what can I pass? Any number of double values can be passed for this as input now. How many? No limit. Array doesn't have limit, man. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000. Pass it. It will work. Got it or not? Now write the logic for adding all the numbers. And this logic I explained you Friday. This logic I explained you Friday. Double sum is equals to. So when you're adding, don't take one name. For addition, it should be zero only. For each. In args. Sum plus equals to D. Console dot right line. Dollar sum of given numbers is will print you the sum. Got it? This code we already written in the Friday. But Friday, what is the difference, you know? Friday there is string array, so you have written one extra statement there. What you know? Double dot parse of str. But today it is not a string. Directly it is a double array only. No need conversion. Guys, tomorrow, if this is a string array, now what should I write? Then here, why I should write? But I don't require all this. Why? Because what I have is a double array only. What I have is a double array only. When I have a double array, there is no need of parsing it now. Clearer? Okay, a simple method. So what is this method defined for? Adding a given set of numbers. Adding a given set of numbers. Good. Now let me write a main method. Create the instance of your class. Now look, man, created the instance of the class now. Now I want to call the method. Which method? Add param. So for adding three numbers. What is it? For adding three numbers. What to do? First step. Declare a array. Declare a array and store the three values in it now. Store the three values in it. 27.81, comma, 16, comma, 32.3, something. How many are there? Three numbers. Then call the method p dot add params arr1. What your result? What your result, man? You're just getting your result. And understand all of us. How many numbers are you adding now? Louder. We added three numbers. We added only three numbers here. And we are getting the sum of the appropriate three numbers. We are getting the sum of the appropriate three numbers. Simple. Okay. But listen, man, listen. I wanted to add four numbers. How many? I wanted to add four numbers. If you wanted to add four numbers now, what to do? You require to declare one more array now. Double array ARR2 is equals to 10, 20, 30, 40 are the four numbers. Again, E dot add params. Four numbers. Here, three numbers. Here, four numbers. Telling you, you see? Sir, can I add only two numbers? Yeah, you can. I want to add only two numbers, man. See there. Double ARR1 is equals to one is a double value, man. One is a integer value. A dot add params ARR1. All working 2, 3, 4. So tell me how many numbers can I add like this now? Then yeah. Now tell me, do I need to write multiple methods? How many methods are enough? It can do the job. But what the pain here is, code is very simple. We are written, we called all the things. But the pain here is, whenever I'm calling this method, what is happening? I need to create one array first now. Are you getting me or not? What should I do? I need to create the array first now. Tomorrow, I have 30 numbers to add. What should I do? I should create an array, store all the values in the 20 and pass it. I want to add 30 numbers. Same story. Create an array, store everything in it, pass it. Like this, I need to create an array first. Point clear or not? I need to create an array first now. Sir, without creating an array, can we directly pass off the values there? Did you understand the question? Sir, without creating an array, can't we directly pass off the values? Means this two values I want to pass off directly here. These three values I want to pass off directly here. And these four values I want to pass off the values directly here. Now see, when I pass them, all are giving error now. What is the error? The error is the method is defined to take only one argument, but you pass the two now. Correct now? The method is defined to take only one argument. But how many you passed here? Two. Here, three. Here, four. All of you can see the error. There is no method taking two arguments now. Here. Three arguments now. Here. Sir, if I pass one argument, will it work? Did you understand? Just a minute here. I'm demoing this arrays here. If I pass one argument, will it work? Let us see. Now also are coming. Sure, one only, but the method is expecting a double array and you are passing a double now. Cannot convert double to double array. See the error. That what I'm telling you, make the habit of reading the errors, man. You'll understand the subject perfectly now. See what I'm telling you? I cannot convert one integer into double array. What I need is a double array. What are you passing? Integer, not allowed. All are wrong now. But tell me one thing. Calling like this is easier or creating an array, storing the values in array, passing the array and calling is easier. This is easy now. Tomorrow, 10, 20 numbers I'll directly pass off and adds now. This is easy to call. You want this to run? You want this to run now? Now error is there. Do you want this to run? Finish. Check it out. Executing off. Are you clear? What should I use? When I use this params keyword, compiler will take the responsibility of creating an array for you now. Can I take the responsibility? Compiler will take the responsibility. Day by day, the things are becoming simple and easy. Programmer will not write huge coding here. Programmer will minimum coding and compiler will generate the rest of the things. So main agenda is RAD. What is that? Rapid Application Development. What is that? Rapid Application Development. You write simple things, I will write the remaining logic for you. Understood? Okay, who will create that? Compiler will define. I will remove the params here. Immediately all four methods will show you error C. Check it out. But I add params there. All errors are vanished and you can run your code and execute the code. So the beauty is compiler will create the error for me. I'm not responsible. We used this already earlier. Do you know that? We used it. Yes, sir, where we used it? One day, we written a class called addnums to add two numbers, remember? And to print the output of the monitor, I shown you three options to you. One is the concatenations. Second one is placeholders. Third one is the string interpolation. Now tell me the second option, your placeholders option. How do you write? Console dot right line. Sum of into 1 is equals to 2. Is how you written. Comma D1, D2, 3. Now D value D1 goes to 0, D2 goes to, D3 goes to. Remember now we already used it. Now listen to my question carefully. How many values are you passing to the method? Answer the question here. Concentrate here. Answer the question. How many? 4 values. What are 4? First one is string. Second one, D1, D2, D3. How many are you passing? 4. Means this method should be defined with 4 parameters now. Tell me, man. This method is now defined with 4 parameters now. Correct now? Okay. One more time, focus on this. Console dot right line. Guys, I'm writing it like this. What you know? 0, comma, 1, comma, 2, comma, like this. Total 100. Total 100. And here, value 1, comma, value 2, comma, value 3, comma, value 100. Now answer the same question again. 101. Yes or not? How many? 101. Why? Array, this is 1 here. And these are 100. Total 101. Now tell me, is the method defined with 101 parameters? Huh? Can you write the method with that many number of parameters now? Imagine yourself, tomorrow you are substituting 50 values like this now, 51 parameters. 200 values like this, 201 parameters. Or you will write here a method with that many number of parameters. You know what? The method is defined only with two parameters. The method is defined only with two parameters. How, sir? Like this. Watch carefully. Public, static, void, right line. First parameter is string. What is string? Tell the format. Tell the format. How you want to print it? Tell the format. Second one, params. This is how the method is defined. This is how the method is defined. What is it taking? Object array. Object array means any type it allows now. Array on that day I explained you. First I showed with integer. Later on I changed it to double and shown you. I said you strings can be used. Anything can be used. Okay, why? Because it is a object array. How many values can I pass to that object array? Your choice, man. How many values can I pass? Your choice. But the advantage is I don't require to create an array on my own. Why? That is a params keyword. So what will happen internally? The system will create the array for you now. Who will create the array? The system will create the array for you and uses in that particular place. So how many is it taking? Only two. Only two parameters. First one is the format string. Second one is, now see, all these values will convert into one object array. How many? Three. Yeah. 100 are converted to object. Tomorrow you pass 50. 50 are converted to array. You pass 20. 20 are converted to array. So now your work of creating an array is reduced now. You pass the values, it will take and convert them into arrays automatically. Okay? Just a second. Watch it, all of you. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So total 6 now? Tell me. Observe. What I said is right or wrong, you can check. Check it out here. Showing you the signature of the method there. Console class. Right line is the method. Return type is void. First one. Second one, params object array. Question mark indicates nulls can be used there. The question mark indicates you can also use null values. But this is a object array. Clearer or not? That is the method. But see, you did not create an array. If the params is not used, what should I do? I should create an array first and pass the array there. But today I'm not creating an array, directly passing of the values. So did you understand the beauty of the params now? That is what params is all about. So tomorrow, when your method, when a method is taking array as a parameter, when a method is taking a array as a parameter, simply prefix params keyword before the array so that you don't require to manually create the array now. Directly pass the values and system will create the array. Okay? But remember guys, when using params, we have two restrictions. While using params, we have two restrictions here. First restriction, params can be used only once in a method. Params can be used only once in a method. Means, watch it. Public void test. Here, I have one string array here, and here I have one double array. How many arrays are there? And remember, I cannot use params once here and I cannot use params once here. That is not allowed. You can use it only on one. Which one is your choice, but only one only it accepts. It doesn't accept multiple. Is it clear? Okay. So, I'm deleting this. Is it valid now? Tell me it's valid. Now, I'm writing like this. Is it valid now? No. Why, sir? It can be used only on last parameter. If you want to use, reverse it now. You want to use a string now, put the string in the last, not in the first. First, you cannot use params. Params always used in the last. Params always used in the last. You'll be wondering, why like this? Why this restriction? Because tomorrow there is a chance like this. What you know? You are writing params integer array args1, params integer array args2. Okay, now when you're calling a method, you're passing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now tell me, what value should I take in args1 and what value should I take in args2 now? No one can answer this question now. Why? args1 can accept all this. And there is no value for args2. Am I right or not? That is why what it tells is, first one only I'll allow you, I won't allow the second one now. So suppose if this is a string now, if this is a string str, and you are writing now, hello? No confusion at all now. First value is a string. It is taken for the first parameter. How many are remaining? 6. All the 6 are taken into the integer array. All the 6 are taken into the integer array. That is why it doesn't allow you multiple params. So there are the two restrictions here. First restriction, only once in a method, or can be used only on one parameter of a method. Only on one parameter